To everyone who knew them, Daniel and Olivia were the perfect couple. They were high school sweethearts, the kind of pair you see in movies. Daniel with his steady, kind eyes, and Olivia with her radiant smile that could light up any room. They built a beautiful life together, a cozy house in the suburbs, 2 wonderful kids, and a golden retriever named Buddy. Their social media was a gallery of happiness, family vacations, anniversary celebrations, and candid shots of everyday bliss. Olivia was the quintessential supermom and perfect wife. She volunteered at the kids' school, her baking was legendary in the neighborhood, and she always looked effortlessly put together. Friends would often tell Daniel how lucky he was, and he knew it. He adored Olivia, his love for her deepening with every passing year. But perfection is often a fragile veneer, and underneath the surface of their idyllic life, hairline cracks were beginning to form. Daniel first noticed it in the small things, the almost imperceptible shifts in their routine. Olivia, who was always so present and engaged, seemed distant. Her phone, once casually left on the kitchen counter, was now always with her, screen down. She started having more and more girls' nights out and late-night work emergencies that kept her away from home. When Daniel would ask about her day, her answers became vague, peppered with details that didn't quite add up. He tried to dismiss his growing unease as paranoia. He trusted Olivia. He had to. She was his rock, the love of his life. The turning point came on their 15th wedding anniversary. Daniel had planned a surprise romantic dinner at the restaurant where he had proposed. He arranged for a babysitter and bought a stunning diamond necklace he knew she'd loved. But that afternoon, Olivia called. She sounded flustered, saying a last-minute work crisis had come up and she'd have to work late. The disappointment in Daniel's heart was a physical ache. He told her it was okay, that they could celebrate another time. He canceled the reservation and sat alone in their quiet house, the velvet box with the necklace feeling heavy in his hand. Later that evening, scrolling aimlessly through social media, he saw a picture that made his blood run cold. A friend had posted a photo from a popular downtown bar, and there, in the background, unmistakably, was Olivia. She wasn't with her work colleagues. She was laughing, her head tilted intimately towards another man, her hand resting on his arm. The man was Mark, a charismatic and wealthy architect they had met at a charity event a few months prior. Daniel remembered how Olivia had been captivated by him, laughing a little too loudly at his jokes. At the time, Daniel had just seen it as friendly banter. Now, seeing them together in that photo, a sick feeling of dread washed over him. The image was a dagger to his heart. The woman he had loved and trusted for nearly 2 decades, the mother of his children, was living a secret life. The late nights, the hushed phone calls, the emotional distance, it all clicked into place with horrifying clarity. His perfect Olivia wasn't perfect at all. She was a stranger. Daniel felt like he was suffocating. He spent the night pacing the floor, his mind a whirlwind of betrayal and confusion. He replayed their entire life together, searching for signs he had missed, for a reason why this was happening. When Olivia finally came home in the early hours of the morning, smelling faintly of expensive cologne that wasn't Daniel's, she found him waiting in the living room. The look on his face told her everything. There was no shouting, no screaming. Just a quiet, devastating question from Daniel. "Who is he, Olivia?" The question hung in the air, shattering the silence and the carefully constructed facade of their perfect life. The confession that followed was a torrent of lies and half-truths. Olivia initially tried to deny it, to gaslight him, saying he was being paranoid and that Mark was just a friend. But Daniel held up his phone, showing her the picture. The color drained from her face. Cornered, she finally broke down, but her tears weren't of remorse, were tears of frustration at being caught. She admitted to the affair, framing it as an escape from the boredom of their suburban life. She spoke of Mark's exciting lifestyle, his spontaneity, his wealth. Each word was another twist of the knife for Daniel. She wasn't just admitting to cheating. She was belittling the life they had built together, the life he cherished. In the days that followed, Daniel moved in a fog of grief. The woman he thought he knew had vanished, replaced by a selfish and deceitful stranger. He looked at their family photos, and all he could see was a lie. The happy smiles felt like a cruel joke. He realized that Olivia's perfection had been a performance. She wasn't the selfless wife and mother everyone saw. She was an actress playing a role, and she had played it so well that even he, her husband, had been completely fooled. The most painful part was her complete lack of genuine remorse. She was sorry she got caught, not sorry for the immense pain she had caused him and their family. Daniel knew he couldn't stay. He couldn't live with the constant reminder of her betrayal. He couldn't look at her without seeing her with Mark. For the sake of his own sanity and for his children, he had to leave. The divorce was messy and painful. Olivia tried to paint Daniel as the villain, but the truth eventually came out, shocking their circle of friends and family who had always seen them as the ideal couple. Many who had once envied Olivia now looked at her with pity and disdain. Her perfect image was shattered, revealing the emptiness underneath. The affair with Mark didn't last. Once the thrill of the forbidden was gone, and the reality of a messy divorce and custody battle set in, Mark's interest waned. He wasn't looking for a life partner. He was looking for an exciting diversion. Olivia was left alone, having sacrificed her family for a fleeting fantasy. She lost her husband, the full-time custody of her children, and the respect of everyone who knew her. The beautiful house was sold, and the life she had once dismissed as boring was now a lost paradise she could never reclaim. For Daniel, the road to healing was long and arduous. There were days filled with anger and nights filled with loneliness. But with the support of his family, true friends, and a therapist, he slowly began to rebuild his life. He focused on his children, showering them with the love and stability they desperately needed. He rediscovered his own passions, hobbies he had let slide over the years. Learned to find joy not in the illusion of perfection, but in the messy, beautiful reality of life. He learned that true strength isn't about having a perfect life, but about having the courage to rebuild when that life falls apart. The story of Daniel and Olivia serves as a stark reminder that what we see on the surface is often just that, a surface. His true character is revealed not when things are perfect, but when they are tested. And while Olivia's dark truth destroyed the illusion she had so carefully crafted, it ultimately set Daniel free to find a more authentic and ultimately more fulfilling happiness.
Thanks for watching.
If you have a story you'd like to share, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.